Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm taking you all through a full leg day. This one's really focused on the posterior chain and building up power, strength, and size in all those muscles while also focusing on improving my performance for running. I've had a really fun time over these last couple months adjusting my leg days from a pure bodybuilding style to now focusing on a more holistic approach and honestly what I think is a more functional and longer lasting approach to leg days where I'm not just hammering so much volume and wrecking my joints. And this is really a leg day that, for me, I go into the gym and come out of it feeling better than I did when I started. Of course, I'm tired, but in general, the joints feel pretty good. And this has really been helping my running performance. So I hope you all like it. Starting off the leg day with some pogo hops here. I really love these because they cue for good biomechanics in the ankle and knees and are also a great primer to produce power later on your lift. I've been including those before all my leg days and I have really noticed a difference with how much weight I can push and also they've been helping my running form. After that, I love moving on to some hamstring curls. Hamstring curls are my all-time favorite starter for a leg workout. These really help get a lot of blood into your legs and especially your knees. Even on posterior day too, I also like these because they help warm up and stretch my hamstrings before my RDL movement, which then makes it just feel a whole lot better and it makes the hamstrings more of the limiting factor as opposed to the low back. After that, I move into some single leg work. Really been liking single leg RDLs as they help cue for not only stability on one leg, but also producing single leg power, which is something that has been not a priority for me and I've skipped in the past and has really been helping lately. After that, I move on to some Smith machine Bulgarian split squats. I absolutely love this variation of Bulgarians, not only because they're more stable, but you're also really able to drive into the rails and produce a whole lot of power in this position while also not loading up your spine as much as you would with a hack squat or a normal barbell squat. I like to go really heavy on these. I don't use single leg as an excuse to lighten the load and push them almost all the way to failure. After that, I move on to some calf raises. I don't skip my calf raises. I have to put them in the middle of the workout like this as opposed to the end. Otherwise, I will. I used to skip calf raises for years, and now I'm suffering for it with some ankle injuries. So don't be like me. Please do these. They not only help build up your calf muscles, but also, especially a pseudo variation, will really stretch out your soleus, which will help later on with some ankle mobility, which is something that we could probably all improve. After I finish up calf raises, I then move on to some single leg hip thrusts. Single leg hip thrusts, especially if you're a guy, I know guys tend to skip hip thrusts, are a extremely humbling exercise. I used to be able to barbell hip thrust around 405 for 6 reps, and here you can see I'm doing a 30, which is still very challenging. These are great for working stability and also building the glutes. Then I love to finish off every workout with some leg extensions, absolutely killer on the quads. Really just a bodybuilding focus on these, trying to pump as much blood into the muscle as possible and just stimulate the quads for some growth. One cue I've been using on these lately is to lock out the top and control the downward motion with a 3-second eccentric. This not only reduces injury risk, but also has really helped me modulate some knee pain that I get from pushing these really hard and running. In addition to that, I only do 2 sets here, and then I like throwing in a rest pause at the end. Basically, what that means is once I go to failure or near failure on my first set, I'll then take about 10 to 15 seconds, as you see here, just kind of walking around, getting some blood back into the legs before then setting down and trying to bang out another 3 or so reps or pretty much till failure again. I really love this because it's not as daunting doing only 2 sets of these, and it also is a great way to save some time if you tend to have your leg workouts run longer, like me. So that's full leg workout, starting off with some plyometrics, working a lot on single leg strength, then finishing off with more of a bodybuilding focus on some leg extensions. Hope y'all enjoyed. All right, welcome back. I know it's been a while since my last long form video. Please bear with me, trying to get more consistent with these. I really love uploading them, so we're working on it. But what I wanted to take this long form video to talk about was the idea of the gym as a metaphor for life and how I've personally used the gym in my own self-development journey and my own life journey just as a person. So for those of you who don't know, I've been lifting for about 5 years now, quarter of my life. I'm 20, so it's been something that's been a big part of my life for a very long time. I major in it, live it, breathe it. It's most what I think about. But the more I thought about the gym and the more I've been on this self development journey, I've been more drawn to this idea of getting reps in. And what that means is simply just doing something, no matter how bad you are at it, over and over and over again. And through that, you will get better at it. There's pretty much no exception to that rule. So, for example, when you start out at the gym, you go to the gym, you do the same workout over and over and over again, and you're not going to see results right away. In fact, you might look worse the next day. You might not see results that next week, next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, really. It's going to take weeks, months, even years for you to see the results of your labor. And that, in essence, is delayed gratification. It's doing something really hard now for the hope that in X amount of days, an amount that you don't know, that you will be good at something, or you will look better in the case of the gym. And how I've transferred that to my life is once I started going to the gym, I kind of realized just how powerful that can be. The fact that after, a couple months and years in the gym, I was like, I used to be very bad at this thing, or I used to not look like I do now. And through just doing the boring basics over and over and over again, I've gotten better at this and I look different. So, how I've applied that to my life outside of the gym is with other things I struggled with. For example, like socialization, not really something I thought about till I got to college and realized, oh shoot, I need to make new friends. And I didn't have some of those skills to make those new friends as much as, I would like to say it was easy. I had to really go out of my way and practice going up to people I don't know, saying hi, introducing myself, like having the confidence to do that, explain who I am, what I'm about, and being confident in myself and that other people will like me. And I was bad at that at the start too. I was nervous, I stuttered a lot more, and I didn't really know how to express myself. But through just having the mindset of, let me use this to get reps in, this is low stakes, whatever the event was. Pretty much everything you do in college is pretty low stakes. Make sure you study, get your degree, but I was able to get better at that by just simply being bad at it for a long time. And then for me, when I transferred schools, I had built up those skills my freshman year to then go into that new school and make newer and make some deep connections that I'm very happy with. And that can really be applied to anything else. That's just a small example. Whether it's studying, putting in the daunting amount and brutal amount of hours studying to get good at something. You're bad at it at the start. The more hours you put in, you're going to get good at it. You just get those reps in over and over again. Or anything else, just practice it and be bad at it for a while. Keep on going back, doing the basics and being bad at it, and you will improve over time. And I think in general, the gym just teaches that as a great metaphor for life, that if you want anything, you're going to have to be bad at it. You're going to have to start, and you're going to have to do the basics consistently over and over and over again. And that is how eventually you succeed. So that's the main idea of this video. I really hope you all enjoyed the leg workout. It's been something I've been trying out with all these single leg exercises and even some plyometrics, so hopefully I provided some value that way. As always, please subscribe, like the video, share it with a friend if you found it useful, and I'll have my email in this description if you have any questions or if you want to talk about coaching. So appreciate everyone who watches, and peace and love.